Hey sparkly beings, welcome back to my channel. Today I have an interesting yoga sequence for you. If you're anybody who's into astrology and numerology, then you'll probably really enjoy this. And if you're not, you can still do the sequence without believing in it. So this sequence is for the Lionsgate porthole. It has to do with 8/8, so August 8th, plus the extra 8th, which is 2024. So 4 plus 2 is 6 plus 2 is 8. So 888. Ideally in numerology, this is considered a very lucky time of year. It's also right in the middle of the Lionsgate. It actually started, I believe, on July 24th and ends on August 12th. And it's usually the hottest time of the summer. This is a time to really bring into your mind's eye of what you want to create in your life and or manifest. This is just about getting really focused in what you want, stepping up to the plate, stepping up to your intuition, into your heart's desires, and really moving forward with that courage. Ideally, you know, if you think about it, stars are aligning in a favorable way, then it's a lot easier for more momentum to come into your desire and help carve a path for it. It's just about really coming into a deeper connection with who you really want to be, who you really want to show up as. And so I invite you to create an intention before you begin this particular session. This is a flow that opens your heart chakra and also opens your solar plexus and connects to that space. The other thing is we will be doing that interesting weird lion's breath that we did before. Just be prepared for that. It's a slight variation on the breath. That really does kind of help empower you in a way. It's kind of like those power poses that people do, you know, where they're like, yes. The breath itself kind of invigorates that space because it draws from your solar plexus all the way out through your heart and to your throat chakra, and you force it out, but you're also looking up at your third eye. All that being said, I really hope you enjoy that. Feel free to take it to the next level or take it down a few notches wherever you're at. That being said, when you're ready, join me on your mat. Beginning with me at the top of your mat, roll your shoulders down and back, press all 10 toes into the earth, really root them through, really see if you can get the pressure, just, you know, force it into the earth. You really want to feel active here. Gently shift your weight from back to front, so rocking from your heels to your toes and your toes to your heels, just testing your stability here. And then gently shift from right to left and left to right. Now here you're going to feel maybe a little more weight into the edge of your foot to help balance you. And just gently glide back to center. Once again, roll your shoulders down and back. Inhale both arms out and up and gaze up. Lengthen through your spine here. Really, really lengthen. And exhale, press the air away, chin to chest. Inhale both arms out and up, really lengthen through your spine. Maybe this time a gentle lean back. And exhale, press the earth away, chin to chest. All right, roll your shoulders down and back and roll them forward. We're going to be doing a lot of focused poses for the Lionsgate. So just make sure you're nice and grounded in your body. Turn towards the front of your mat. Inhale both arms out and up to gaze up. Lean back a little bit here. On your exhale, flat back, swan dive. Hands pressed down to the mat, bending through your knees. Inhale, halfway lift, palms to shins, flat back, shoulder blades coming towards one another. Navel in. Exhale, press the palms to the mat and step it back for your plank. Hold your plank here. Think about guiding your hips towards your hands and the heels of your hands towards your hips. And gently lower your knees for your chaturanga or not. Heart towards the ground. Exhale, inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, tuck your toes, bend your knees, and lift your hips up and back for downward facing dog. Feel free to walk it out here as it's your first dog. So by pressing into one heel and the other, bending into one knee and the other, shoulder blades down and back, shoulders away from your ears, really active in all 10 fingers and all 10 toes. Inhale, lift your right leg up and back
for three-legged dog. On your exhale, rotate your hip towards the right and let your foot come behind you on the left. Really opening up through this hip here. Just breathe into that space. Try not to lean too far into one shoulder. Try to stay as balanced as you can between both arms. Inhale, raise your leg up and back, nice and straight. Exhale, glide it through between both hands. Low lunge. Inhale here to lengthen through your spine. And exhale, press into your front heel. Rise for your high crescent. Get nice and grounded here. Press into your back toe. Think about drawing your hips down towards the earth. Take both hands. Inhale, lengthen. On your exhale, interlace your fingers behind you. Pull your shoulders down and back. Inhale here to lengthen through your spine, and on your exhale, gently lean back for a nice little back bend here. Breathe into your heart, into your solar plexus, which is your abdomen. Inhale here to lengthen through your spine, and rotate your back heel down. On your exhale, lower your torso anywhere close to the inside of your right thigh. Honor yourself wherever you're at. If you can, draw your fist towards the sky behind you and think about drawing them up and over your head. And just breathing into the space. Gazing point maybe towards your third eye, so as if you were crossing your eyes and looking in between your eyebrows. Inhale to rise. Interlace your fingers, shake out your arms. Inhale, both arms out and up. Exhale, guide your palms towards the mat and come into your low lunge. So raise your back heel from the mat and step it back for your plank. Draw the heels of your hands towards your hips and your hips towards the heels of your hands. And then come down for your chaturanga, knees or not. Exhale, heart towards the ground. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra, lengthening through your spine, shoulders away from your ears. Exhale, tuck your toes, bend your knees, and lift your hips up and back for downward facing dog. Breathing it out here, getting nice and long through your spine. Biceps towards the front of the room. Feel free to be bent in your knees. Next, inhale, lift the left leg up and back. Inhale, left leg up and back. Exhale, open your hips towards the left. Let your foot fall behind you on the right. And really open up and breathe into that hip here. Try not to lean too much into your right arm. Try to remain balanced. Inhale, left leg nice and straight. Exhale, step it through, low lunge. Inhale to lengthen through your spine, and as you exhale, press into your front heel and come up into your high crescent. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, arms behind you, interlace your fingers and draw your fists down and away. This time actually reverse the clasp, so make sure opposite thumb is over. It's probably going to feel awkward, so you'll know that's the opposite clasp. Inhale here to lengthen. Exhale, lean back, open through your heart. Nice and long. Nice and, I guess not long, because we're arching a little bit, but imagine lengthen your spine as we arch. Just breathe into your heart. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, lower your torso as close as you can towards the inside of your left thigh. Honor where you're at. Think about drawing your fist towards the front of the room. And just breathing into this space. This Lion's Gate, it's an opportunity to kind of connect with your intentions, what you want to bring into your world with confidence, and tapping into that internal confidence. Inhale to rise. Shoulders down and away. Release your arms, shake them out. Inhale, both arms out and up. Exhale, glide them down towards the mat and step back for your plank. Nice and steady here. Draw your hips towards your hands and your hands towards your hips. And on your exhale, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, tuck your toes, bend your knees, and lift your hips up and back for your downward facing dog. Just breathe into your back. Breathe into that space. Feel the lengthening in the backs of your legs. Go ahead and walk your feet towards your hands. And you can stay bent in your knees here and grab opposite elbows. Let your head hang here. We're going to take some breaths. Maybe gaze towards your belly button if that feels good. Maybe also shift your weight from right to left and left to right. Really lengthening through our spines here. Crown of the head towards the ground. And release your arms, bend through your knees, tuck your tailbone, and gently roll up one vertebra at a time. Roll your shoulders down and back. Head's the last thing to come up. Inhale, both arms out and up to gaze up. Lengthen through your body. Exhale, press the earth away. Chin to chest. I said earth, but I meant air. All right, so we're going to do an interesting variation. Think of it as kind of some form of a cat-cow, but it's going to be a fluid spinal flow, okay? It's going to be kind of awkward. At one point you will have straight legs, so if that's not comfortable for you, feel free to bend through, but also honor where you're at. I do recommend to try it with straight legs and just not go as deep, because when you do the straight legs, it will eventually over time lengthen through your hamstrings, okay? So bring your hands into prayer, thumb to your third eye. Exhale, hinge from your hips, flat back, as low as you can. Try to stay straight through those knees if possible. And maybe you're just here, and that's totally okay. And then on your exhale, round through your spine, one vertebra at a time. Inhale, arch your back and gaze up towards the sky, maybe to the back wall. Exhale, hinge at your hips, flat back. Inhale, round through your spine, one vertebra at a time as you roll up. Exhale, gaze back towards the wall. Inhale to rise, exhale, flat back. You can do a few more of these on your own. Just breathing through the space. Really focusing on letting your body feel nice and open and fluid. There's no such thing as perfection here. It's just about following that space that you're in. We're going to do one more after this. Last time. Last back bend. And come to rise. Bring your hands down towards your sides. Shake out your arms. Roll your shoulders down and back. And roll them forward. Inhale, both arms out and up. Exhale, hands to heart center. And we're just going to step it out to the width of our mat here. So nice wide-legged stance. I want you to rotate your heels in and your toes out and come into your horse stance. So here, get nice and deep, as low as you can. Really think about drawing your hips towards your ribs, getting nice little closure there, and really bringing your tailbone down towards the ground. And just holding it here, nice and long through your spine, the crown of your head. And press up through your legs. Hands on your hips. Inhale to lengthen through your spine and gently arch back. On your exhale, start to fold forward. Come halfway down. Not all the way yet, just halfway. Pause here. It's okay if the feet start to shift a little more at an angle instead of flat out as they were. Inhale here to lengthen through your spine, and exhale, let yourself come in between or close towards in between your thighs. If you need to bend your knees here, please do so. It's about where you're at, honoring your body, doing what's good for you in this moment in time. And just breathe into that space. Release your hands, plant them down to the mat, and bend through your knees. Maybe walk your feet heel, toe, toe, heel, your feet a little closer to you as we come into our garland pose. So shoulders down and back, nice and open through the heart. Press the elbows into the knees and the knees into the elbows. Really think about having a nice long spine here. Do your best to not round through your back. Tailbone down towards the ground. From here, place your left palm on the ground or your mat and inhale right arm towards the sky and gaze up towards your fingertips. Really lengthen through your spine, stretch that side body. Maybe feel the extra stretch in this right hip here. And exhale, release your left palm to the mat or the floor. Inhale, right palm towards the sky. Gaze up towards your fingertips. Breathe into that hip, breathe into the side body. Always being intentional here through our flows. And release. So we're gonna come into crow pose, or option to come into crow pose here. I'll turn to the side so you can maybe see a little bit better. So both hands nice and pressed into the mat. In fact, here you can kind of tent your fingers a little bit, like little spider claws, just to make sure that you're really pressing into your fingertips here. And then we're gonna take our feet a little closer in, our knees on the triceps, nice and flat through your back, and gaze up about a foot ahead of your hands. And maybe lift one toe and the other. Maybe both feet pointing back behind you. And release. So we can try that again. Nice claw fingers. Shift your weight towards your back of your arms. Your knees are on your triceps. Gaze a foot ahead of you. And maybe lift one foot or the other, or both. And hold it here. Really press your fingertips into the ground. And release. Bring your knees to the ground, your feet together, sit back on your heels, roll your shoulders down and back, and gently shift from side to side here. Just a nice little break from that. Arms to your sides. Inhale your right arm long and high. Exhale, cross your right arm over your body towards your left knee. Inhale, left arm up. Exhale, extend your left arm behind you. Make sure that you're nice and long here through your torso. Just breathe through your spine. And if you can, do your best to gaze over your shoulder. Really just think about creating space here in your body. Inhale, left arm high. Exhale, cross it over to the front. Release your right hand. Roll your shoulders down and back. Roll your shoulders forward, same thing on the other side. So inhale, left arm up, exhale, cross it over your body. Inhale, right arm high, exhale, let it come behind you and gaze over your right shoulder as we create length through our spine. Every inhale is an opportunity to lengthen through your spine. And every exhale is an opportunity to maybe deepen the twist. And come back to center. Shake it out. Shoulders down and back and forward. Place your palms to the mat. Let them glide out towards the left to come to your left glute. And turn around to face me. So we're going to do lion's breath and lion's pose. They're both awkward, but it's very empowering, and it's actually really good for your throat. It's good for your thyroid. So yeah, it's just an empowering posture, or it can be. It can also be a very humbling posture because you just feel ridiculous doing it. But
let's go for it. So toes together, knees apart, or you can sit in a cross-legged seat if that's more comfortable for you. And your hands actually rotate towards you and your wrists are more towards the front of the room. You're nice and active here in your shoulders. You don't really just want to round through and just hunch over. Lions are strong and proud, right? So we want to be nice and proud and active here. So maybe I'll widen my knees a little bit more so my hands have space. So on your inhale, you close your eyes and maybe flutter your eyelids and gaze up towards the sky. And on your exhale, you're still gazing up, but you're gazing up at this point between your eyebrows, or, you know, just to the ceiling. And on your exhale, you go, so you open your mouth as wide as possible and your tongue is highly active. All right, so here we go. Nice and long through your spine. Inhale, eyes closed. Exhale. Inhale, nice and long through your spine, crown of the head towards the sky. Exhale. Inhale, nice and long. Exhale. One more time. Inhale with your eyes closed, nice and long through your spine. And exhale. And now you have done your lion's roar. So go ahead and gently walk your hands back in towards you and take the tops of your hands towards the ground and just gently shift your weight back and forth. So just kind of doing the opposing stretch here that we just did on those hands. Now, if at any time that is uncomfortable, you can also just release your hands a little bit from the ground. They don't have to, your heels of your hands don't have to be all the way to the ground. So that's always an option in the future. But just do the best you can from where you're at. You know, we're always changing and evolving, so just honor where you're at. Now your hands can be out towards the front of the room, rolling back in towards you if you have that range of motion, and you can gently shift from side to side here. And then shift your hands on the inside, so fingers facing each other, and just do a few fists here. Nice and straight through your arms, nice and long through your spine. All right, let's come back into a nice easy seat. So shift your palms towards the left to glide your glutes down. And nice easy seat. Option for a pillow or a blanket. Get nice and seated into your sit bones. Roll your shoulders down and back, nice and long through your spine. Palms towards the sky for receiving. Close your eyes and feel your breath in your body. Inhale from the base of your spine to the crown of your head. Exhale from the crown of your head to the base of your spine. Really rooting in through the earth here. Thinking about where you want to be courageous in your life. What chances, risks do you feel like you need to take? Can you surrender and allow yourself to do so? Living through your heart definitely is a form of bravery, leaping with faith and knowing the pieces will come together. That's true courage. Inhale, both arms out and up above your head. Exhale, press hands together for prayer. Guide it down towards your heart. Inhale here to lengthen through your spine. And on your exhale, gently bow to yourself, hinging at your hips. Thank yourself for this opportunity to reconnect to your mind, body, and spirit. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope that you got a lot out of that. You feel a little bit more aligned and connected with yourself, your higher self, and your desires. And maybe you feel a little bit more courageous going forth in the world from, today on out. Astrologically, once again, if we're speaking in that space, Mercury technically is in retrograde, I believe, until the 25th of August. So just be mindful and considerate about what you're putting out there in the world. Just, take a few beats, take a few breaths, step back, come from a calm, collected place before you move forward. We don't want to charge forward out of angst or anything like that. Even if you have some confidence behind your angst, that confidence could come a little bit more from like aggression, and we don't really want that. We want cool, calm, collected, and strong, right? So anyways, go forth in your day and bring strength, resilience, and beauty to every moment. And until next time, namaste.